Good morning. Good morning. Bella's here. She wanted to say hello this morning. She's not going to be able to stay long. Good morning, Diane. Oh, Cindy's here too. Sorry, I must have scrolled right past you. Good morning, Cindy. Good morning. Good morning, Diane. Good morning. Oh, so good to see you all. Oh, sorry, got an itch. Oh, now she wants to go play. So, today Today, we're going to talk about a freestanding lace technique called fillet. Different people pronounce it different ways. Um, Crochet. Only. Good morning, Gail. Gail's here. Good morning. Only. Oh, what did I do? I clicked a button. Good morning, Barb. Good morning, Barb. So, anyways, we're going to do a technique. It's a freestanding lace technique. It's not your, sorry, the dogs are just all playing over there. Um, Not your typical embroidery technique. All right, you guys. Shh, shh, shh. Sorry, excuse me. Gonna throw the toy out there. Hopefully they'll chase it. Anyways, it's a freestanding lace technique. This is the stuff that's stitched on the wash away water soluble stabilizer, the fabric looking stuff, not the clear stuff. Um, speaking of wash away stabilizer, I know I want to show you. I want to show you the project that Cindy has been working on. She um, she's getting dressed. Um, Cindy came to me with a project that she wanted to do. She does these great little embroidered wreaths. And she came to me and said, I need a freestanding lace horseshoe. Well, I couldn't stop at just a horseshoe. Here, there it is. So we did horseshoes, cowboy hats, boots, stars. Um, And this is her finished project. This is what it looks like. But let me zoom in here. She's going to the fair on Monday to see what kind of ribbon she won. I'm sure she did. This is amazing. But look, she's got her stars, her cowboy boots, her hats, and of course her uh, horseshoes. But yeah, isn't that fun? Yeah, like I said, I couldn't just stop at um, horseshoes. And honestly, we had a little hiccup with this bootstrap here, but ultimately, I love the way the boots turned out. So yes, that was a freestanding lace project that Cindy and I worked on. Well, Cindy put it together. I just did the digitizing. So, anyways, Let's go. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. So the first thing I want to was, oh, I see. Cindy saying that the theme of the fair this year was called Wild Wild West, which is where the boots and the stars and the whole Western theme came. That's Thank you, Cindy. I didn't know that, but it makes it fun. So here, before we get started on the filet, or I used to call them just fish panels. I want to tell you how um, freestanding lace works. And for that, I found an image online. Let me get my highlighting up here, set the color. Yep. Oops, that's the wrong color. That won't do us any good, will it? Select the color. Let's make it green. Okay, there we go. So anyways, what makes freestanding lace work? Well, you know, you have your upper thread, which in this case is the red thread, and your bobbin thread, which in this case is the blue thread. And what happens is your needle brings that top thread down that gets caught in this hook, and the hook rotates the red thread, and this is the back side of it, rotates it around to catch the bobbin thread. And ultimately, what is going on here? I lost my dot. My dot's not working. There we go. Ultimately, well, evidently the dot does not want to work today. So ultimately, um, it twists on itself, and that's what you see right here. This is the twist right here, and that twist is what it hooks into itself, and that's what creates the lace or creates the stitch for the lace. Okay, so filet crochet. We know what freestanding lace looks like. Hey, Doug. No working this week, Doug. Doug is here. It's Labor Day weekend. No working this weekend, or at least on Monday. So here are some panels that I created some time ago. Now these are the panels that I'm going to use for Christmas this year. Um, I try to do an embroidered project or a craft project to give to my people. And this year, I'm going to give these panels in a set of 4. I'm going to stitch them using a cotton thread so that it absorbs the moisture. But they're just cute little things. Oh, this one I need to put the outer edge on. But I'm going to enlarge this so that you can see what happens here. There's a line of stitches and then a row to go across and connect them. And where you want the image to show is a heavier set, more stitches to fill in the object. Well, here is the design file I'm working on for my book group people. Of course, it has to be a book. Let me come up here and enlarge this. These are the pieces. This is a single, obviously, because it has only one row. And each one of these is one stitch. In fact, let me copy this. We'll go over to another page. We'll paste it. We'll bring it up. Bring it up, I said. And there we are. Okay, so I want you to see, I'm going to let's start this over. Okay, so maybe that needs to be a little bit faster, but it's one continuous stitch. And of course, the reason we have all these stitches in this one row is because, again, we want them all to lock together. And then when we're ready for another row or another vertical line of stitches, we copy and paste that one over the top. Let's see if we can get this to, and what that does is it starts here and then it will continue to do its new stitches all the way across. We want it to be a continuous line. We do not want it to stop, create a knot, trim, and jump. We want a continuous line. And to get that, this part needs to start where the first one ends. And then we can add another and another and so on and so forth to build our row. Now that would be a row of singles. If we go over here, we created a set for 2. Because, if you're going to have to do this all the way across, it's easier just to move full sets. Oh, somebody's at the door. Hold on just a second. Let me look, see. This is terrible. What do I do? Do I tell them, sorry, nobody's here? Do I let the dogs bark? I think that's what I'm going to do. Let the dogs bark. So, because I can't get the door. But anyways, so here's what we do. We build our line set in sets. And again, you want to build it in the set you plan to use. Oh, cat. All right. So I create a set of 1, a set of 2, a set for 3, and a set for 4. And these are 10 millimeters tall. All right. They're 10 millimeters tall. Now, if we go back over to our design file, you can see that I've set my pieces in groups of 4. And then I put them in different colors. Go to the door. All right, but I'll be right back. All right, doggies. I'm coming back. I'm almost there. So sorry. It was a fellow for husband's radio work. Okay, where were we? Oh, we were building. So what you need to remember is that, again, each set of stitches needs to start and end together, right? Because you need it to interlock with each other, which is why this one comes down and this one comes over the top of it. All right. So for this design, let me back everything up here. For this design, let's get rid of that one. That's a delete. This is supposed to be our red. There we go. For this design, I broke out the colors because I need to know where to put my vertical and horizontal lines. Once my pattern is laid out, I am going to add these vertical lines and these horizontal lines. And again, I'll make one line, and then I will copy and paste it. Oh, back up here a second, because I need a line there as well. But I will copy and paste it. And of course, before I finish all of this, I'll make sure everything's aligned. I'll make sure that all the starts and stops are where they belong. Creating this, it does seem like it's a lot of work, and it can be. But when it's done, it's wonderful. All right. See, there's where we're going. Now, in this particular set, this whole background is going to be open, which means we need to build our book. Now, how are we going to do that? Before we lay in these verticals and horizontals, we're going to lay in our book. Now, it gets a bit tricky because the book has curves and we're working with straight lines. In Filet Crochet, you can create an angled line, but again, it just gets tricky. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our copy here, and we're going to build our book. See that one? That one's a bit big, so I'm going to delete that one and come over here and pick up a 3. And this will, this should align with our vertical. And if it doesn't, we can always take it back. Let's put a 3 in the front side too. All right. Then we're going to come back with another. And once we have our book built, we can use regular embroidery, a satin column stitch, for example, to build our detail on the inside. And here, I'll just go ahead and pull this up. Highlight all of this. Make it a different color. All right. So now we have built our book. Just think we have finished our book. So ultimately, it will look something like this, which is, our Christmas tree here, the heart, the Christmas stocking. But we're going to do something just a little bit different. We're going to take our book. Where did we put our book? There it is. We're going to take our book and we're going to lay stitches on top of it. Yes, we'll have our, oh my gosh, the dogs. Donna. Just have to get her attention. And because we've laid these more solid stitches, we can use some more traditional embroidery. Oops, that didn't work. To create the definition of our book. And to work this, I will also use more underlay. I'm going to use the edge run underlay with a zigzag and increase my fill. Now let's unhide. If I had tried to do this, let me hide the pink again. Cindy, you have a great day. She's on her way out. Bye, Cindy. Have fun. And thank you for allowing me to be part of your Freestanding Lace project. If I had tried to build this book just on the vertical and horizontal lines, there's going to be too many areas here in the middle that will not be supported, and it will fall through. Well, obviously we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that it is supported, which is why we're going to build our book with our filet stitches. And these actually, oops, let's go back here, lock that in place. Go back here. These will actually have to come down more so that they lay on our horizontal and vertical lines. So that is the filet project that I'm going to be working on for this holiday season. One of the things I want to show you if you decide to do a project like this, my vertical and horizontal columns are 3 millimeters wide with a density of 1.5, using not just a center run underlay, but also the edge run underlays, because again, you want everything to tie into itself and you want to give it support. The rails, the edge run underlay, is going to help give some support to those outer edges of those satin stitches, the open density satin. And you'll do the same thing here. Now, when you finish it off, you are going to want to put, we're just going to move this over here. You're going to want to put something on the edge, and you're going to want to increase that density. I'm going to just change it to a 1 so that it's a bit heavier, so that we'll cover that edge and tie and lock everything in. So, who wants to do a filet crochet freestanding lace project? It's not hard. It can be a little time consuming, but I think you'd actually enjoy it. Let's make this a different color. There we go. What do you think? Any questions? Oh, I should probably show you how to make that line. This set, this is made with manual stitches. Not your standard running stitch, manual stitches. So we pick up our manual stitch tool, and we know that this is 10 millimeters, so we want to make sure that we lay our stitches equally We don't want to put penetrations one on top of the other. And we want to create a crossbar. Oops, sorry, backspace and end. All right. Yeah, I didn't like that one. Let's do that again because I forgot what I did. 1. There we go. Once you get that first one done, the others are easier to do because it's just a copy and paste. There it is. Ta-da! Oh. So what do you think? So what do you think? I think, and then of course I'm going to finish this up and I'll test stitch it. I think it's going to be awesome once it's done. And I'm going to stitch this because, again, like I said, I want it to be coasters. So I'll stitch this using a cotton fabric, or excuse me, a cotton thread, because cotton is the best for that kind of thing. Any questions? Nothing? Gonna get a bit of coffee here. So sorry for all the interruptions, the dogs, the door. All right. So we're going to say goodbye. We're going to say goodbye. Thank you, Diane. Yeah, I was just wanting to make sure you were all still out there. So I'm going to say goodbye for the weekend. You guys all enjoy your weekend. Don't go to work on Monday unless you're in the emergency medical field or emergency services. We need you guys out there. Um, and thank you again for being here. Ramona McKee with Quick to Stitch, Coffee and Conversation. We'll see you next week. As soon as I figure out where I'm at. Bye. Fun? Do you have more questions? Do you want to learn something new? Join me at quicktostitch.com for coffee and conversation, and we'll talk about it. Embroidery machines, designs, and business. Hope to see you soon. Bye now.